Sham, shoot us to us straight. What do you think of the state of boxing? Like you were kind of alluding to it earlier about people
on stage.
About people
on stage. You got that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
People dodging people not fighting. What we got to do to get the real fights that everybody want to get without all the bullshit politics?
Well, without the bullshit politics, it take a really a team effort amongst individual sets of people, and that is media, commission, fans, promoters. It's very hard in boxing than any other sport to get two people on the same page, let alone a dozen or more. But you know how we get there, I believe? By having fights that matters. They're having fights that people really care about, and you can always talk about the future. The future is always going to be here as long as we're in the present, because we look forward to that. But at the end of the day, you have to look at matches like Canelo, Amir Khan, fights coming up with Andre Ward, potentially with Sergey Kovalev. I mean, when you got matches being made because of everybody has their own commercial interests, the media, the promoters, the networks, when you have that type of buzz going on, and then the fans who's want to see the best fights, a lot of people that might not want it to happen are forced. They are forced to basically really disappear, and that's what happened. And I said something that I don't know how many people got it on the stage when I said it, but it wasn't a slide. It wasn't being sarcastic of any way. I said, Amir Khan came across the street to do a fight. Y'all looked at me like I had four heads if I'd have said that last year, that Amir Khan or any other body that was going to come across the street. You got it when I said that. I believe he got it because I seen all his teeth, even this one cavity he got. But I'm not going to tell everybody. But I got two. Don't worry about it. But I understand that people, we ain't all on the same page. Doesn't make you right. Doesn't make it wrong. But at the end of the day, I think that fighters now are starting to say, wait a minute, this is my career, this is my history that I can make. If I got to go across the street, if I got to go against the grain, that means advisors, what do they call themselves, advisors, some managers or consultants, whatever they hot under, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the fighters, not all, but over 60%, I believe, especially when they see this video, is going to start to look at themselves and say, after they get the money, after they get, a belt or belts, where is their legacy when it's all said and done? And I think that that's starting to sink in now. And know what it's good for? It's good for not only you to get something to write about or film about or talk about. The network's excited. Now, boxing is not in a recession or not in a situation of they don't make big matches. They don't have the Super Bowl in their sport. They don't have the big fights like the 70s and the 80s. We're never going to get those days back. They was rare, unique days in history that built the foundation that we stand on. But what we can do is make fights that people want to talk about 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now, and to me, that is important. What happens now is talked about or not talked about in the future, and this is where you establish that right now, and that's what I'm trying to get on to the young fighters, even in Johan's gym in Philadelphia. I try to tell from the amateurs to the young pros, if you're in this to make a few dollars, you can do that. That's not really a big challenge. You're going to accomplish that, but if you're in it to make a name and to make history last longer than anything that you can spend, then you can have both. You can have that and also have your history too. And I think it's starting to sink in. At least Amir Khan might be opening up the door where other fighters will say, Amir Khan went across the street, whether he was allowed to or not. That's irrelevant. He's here, he's on HBO since a couple of years, as Peter Nelson said, and now he's back. I mean, this is, if you're not paying attention, I think the floodgates is already open right now.